And where did that name come from?
So fire, I was born under the sign of the sun, so I am an Aries, so fire is always going to be burning inside of me. It is also the sun that I've been born under that gives me a birthstone of the diamond. The diamond signifies extreme heat, extreme pressure, extreme trauma that happens to an element that looks sometimes so ugly and dark and dusty. So I've learned a lot of my great lessons by being under extreme pressure, extreme temperature, extreme situations that have brought out the diamond and the gold inside of myself. So fire is a way of life to me. It's the fire that brings me to be able to try my best at being a good mother, to do my best at being the best artist that I can, doing my best at just doing my best at everything that I possibly can, using that fire element that's inside of me. Fire has been inside of me always through my artistry from a very, very long time ago. I was always an MC once I heard Curtis blow for the first time, and after that hip-hop has just been infused in everything that I've always done. I've always been a dancer. I took it through my I went to the Cleveland School of the Arts for drama. I've done a lot of different things, but I've always kept that fire burning, that hunger that kept me wanting to do the next thing, discover something else about myself. So that fire has transcended time, and it's expanded my experience. So fire is who I am.
And when I hear you talk about the fire, there's a way where you're bringing in different art forms. So tell me, what is it that inspires you to be an artist?
The thing I think that inspires me to be an artist the most is one, art is healing. So it found me, at first I think it began because I just really, really liked it, and it was something that moved me at a really, really young age. I began to see, one of the other first concerts I went to was Michael Jackson, and I had never saw any, even still to this day, a performer move a crowd the way that he was able to bring people into passing out into tears, and to really start to spark a change in people, make them look at themselves differently without criticizing who and what they were at that time. Music and artistry does that. It reaches into those hard parts of us that without judgment, so that way we can judge ourselves, so we're not pointing the finger at everyone. So, you know, artistry, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing because there's so many different elements of it. It is the infinite. It's like a God in its own right. For sure it is. So I hope that answered that question.
Yeah, and well, it moves us straight into my interest of your upcoming project. So Goddess Unleashed, you mentioned art being like a god.
Absolutely.
So flowing into what Goddess Unleashed will be, what is it? What is Goddess Unleashed, and what do you hope that it will achieve?
So Goddess Unleashed started as a documentary. The purpose of it is to bring together a lot of different women's stories. So Goddess Unleashed is Goddess Unleashed Trauma to Triumph. Okay. So there is my core belief that through a healed woman, we can heal the world. Obviously, the planet that we live on is a feminine energy. It is a feminine planet. So you have to heal the woman. Healed women, heal nations. So I see so many broken women, and I'm starting with myself. When I began to see the difference, as I was finally courageous enough to say that I needed to be healed from traumatic experiences that I was ashamed before to share with other people. That seemed to be a downfall to me. And when I began to share it, I started hearing feedback from other women saying that I had healed them, that I had helped them, that something in my transparency helped them deal with whatever it was that they were dealing with at the period of time in their life. And I'm thinking, I'm still broken. How can broken people help somebody? And it did. And that was like the eureka moment that, okay, it's all right. Let's put all of these goddesses together, all these pieces of peace, so we can all find some peace in this. And that way we can help our daughters that are on the way, the ones that are already here. So Goddess Unleashed will be a docu-series. It's going to be chronicling many different women's lives across the United States. And hopefully it will get to where we can go everywhere in the world, because everybody's got some story to tell. Every woman's story is not our own. It's for everybody to learn from. So as we came up with the idea of Goddess Unleashed as a docu-series, it began to grow into a little bit more than that. So it began to spark a partnership, a cooperative. As a mother that's an artist, one thing that seems to be a hard thing is that if you are a mother, if you're a single mother at that, if you need to go to a show or anything like that, if you don't have a babysitter, you can't go. And no one acknowledges you being a mother as that. It's like that's not a part of who you are, and it's very much a huge part of who you are. So I wanted to acknowledge the mother of it all. Because if we didn't have these mothers telling their stories, then how would our future sons be able to recognize strength when they see it? How would we all know anything? And so I wanted to make sure that we could create a cooperative, so that way women can come together with their artistry and their time to say, hey, if you need a helping hand, I'll watch your children for you while you go share that piece of you over at that venue. I want to make sure that if you need money for babysitting, I can help you with that, because that's important for you to stay alive. Because it doesn't mean just because you become a mother that now your artistry is dead. And I think we get caught there, because especially being a single mother, you're up against everything, the world, what people think about you, what you think about you, what you think the barrier actually is. So I want to try to break down some of those barriers, so that way this will free us up to be able to share again something that I think we all really need to hear.
Is the air okay? Okay. So, Fire, what would you say, so if that's what you want the outcome to be of Goddess Unleashed, Trauma to Triumph, what would you say is the goal for you as Fire? What's the goal of your life?
The goal of my life, I would say, I want to make sure that I expand myself as far and as wide as I can, so that way I can openly receive and give everything of my pure self to the day that I don't have any breath in me anymore, and hopefully be able to pass that on to my offspring, so they can continue to start a new healthy cycle of healed people on the planet, so that way we can try to bring this thing back into homeostasis the way that it's supposed to be. So that's my wish, my goal. That's what I'm working on every single day, experiencing every moment to make it maximized of everything, and knowing that it's a gift in every moment, every time we speak, every time we breathe, every time we're even able to just put water on our bodies is a spiritual and baptismal experience of it all. So, that's my wish.
Just pull your sleeve down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Straight.
Yeah.
Okay. Damn bullshit.
I'm recording.
That's the outtakes. Okay, let's go.